Hi everybody, so I'm here today with this video to show you this is Yuki's old body and I'm finally gonna put her new one on. I know, can you believe it's taken me this long? I ordered her body a couple of months ago. It's been here, I would say at least 2 months and I haven't put her new body on yet. So the hope with the new body is it won't be as wide up here in the shoulders, so that like as I made a video before, I did take in the shoulders a little bit, but even after I did that, it still didn't make a huge difference. I still find it's very wide up top and it tends to stretch out the onesies and then the cloth body shows and all that stuff. Basically, the reason I've put it off is because I'm a little bit nervous about the difference, though, in the shoulder caps, because Susan had shortened these. As you can see, there's some stitching in there. And so she's shortened them, and I'm not really sure how she did it. As you can see, like, I can't even see the cable ties, so I've been unsure as to how I'm going to take the arms off of this body because I can't seem to find the tie, so that's gonna be interesting. But I'm gonna compare, I'm gonna like hold up the new body to her to show you. Okay, so this is the new body. I'm holding it up to where it should go. And as you can see, it does have a gathered chest, which I'm a little hesitant about as well, because I'm not usually a fan of the gathered chest unless it's done a specific way. But holding it up, it looks like the shoulder caps are about the same length, I'd say. See how they line up? I would say they look to be about the same length. So hopefully it works out okay. I think it should. But yeah, I just hope that it won't be as wide up top. I don't know. I'm nervous. It also has a gathered tushy. And this old body of hers is like, it has a weird stitching along the bottom here. And then it kind of poofs out at the bottom. So it is a kind of a gathered tushy as well, but it's a pretty wide bottom. This one I think is not gonna be as wide, hopefully. So I'm gonna attempt this. I'm gonna change it out hopefully, and then I'll come back and show you the after results. Okay, so here's the two bodies side by side now. They're both empty. Well, I've transferred the stuffing from the shoulders into this one and a little bit in the butt here. But as you can see, this is definitely not as wide as this one. And it is a little bit shorter, so she's going to be a little bit smaller, which is fine because I want her to fit newborn size clothes. That's what she's supposed to fit. So I think she'll fit newborn size clothes a lot better with this new body. And definitely you can see the way the arms are. Look at how the shoulders are on this old one. Like they kind of stick out this way, but these ones kind of go more down to the side. So I'm hopeful that it's going to work. And it wasn't as hard as I thought to get the arms off. Now this was the weight bag in her, which is really large because the body was so wide. I don't think this is going to work in this new body, so I might have to take out some of the weighting from this bag, because otherwise, like, that's going to be, like, I'm not going to be able to put any stuffing around that in this new body. So, I'm going to have to probably make an adjustment there. So we'll check it in a little while. Okay, so I tried it with the weighting without removing any of the weight. And it fit in there, but she's very stiff because there wasn't a lot of room to put stuffing around it. And like this is, look, there's still lots of stuffing left over from when it was in here. I mean, I was able to pretty much surround with a light layer of stuffing around the weight bag, but it's very stiff. Like, as you can see, like she doesn't bend much. So I'm thinking I probably should remove some of the weighting. I was hoping I wouldn't have to because it would just make more work, but already I can see a huge difference in this body and I'm really liking it already. The gathered chest is looking great. And definitely I can tell the shoulders are different. And I like that the body is not as wide. And it'll probably be even better if I take some of the weight out of the bag. But yeah, I definitely see a difference already. She's headless. Ah, she's armless. Ah. But I kind of want her to be a little more bunchy. Not too much, but just a little bit. A little bit more squishy so that she feels cuddly. So I'm gonna play around with that and try and figure that out, and then I'll probably come back when she's finally put together. Okay guys, here she is. Sorry for the shadows. The lighting is really bad. We are having a storm outside, and of course, as you know, I live in a basement, so the lighting is always kind of crappy, even though we have daylight bulbs. But here she is, guys. Oh my gosh, I am loving this new body. I actually ended up not taking out any of the weight. I decided to try it with the same weighting. And once I had her head on, it actually worked out. She's pretty squishy up here, and she actually feels really nice and cuddly in my arms. And as you can see, her body is a lot slimmer, especially up top, and I can definitely tell that there's, I think, gonna be, once I get her clothes on, I think there's gonna be a big difference in her shoulders. And I redistributed the weight bag in her head because it was towards the back of her head. So I tend to now put my weight bags right in the center of the head. So I put stuffing at the front of the head and then put the weight bag and then stuffing at the back so that the weight bag stays in the middle. And so now when I lay her down, her head isn't, remember how like before her head would always be kind of like back like that with her nose in the air? Well, now I can just adjust her like this and she stays laying really nice. So her head's not flying back. I feel like maybe I could have even brought it forward a little bit more and it might stay even better, but she looks amazing. I love this new body. She's very cuddly. And I'm going to show you what she looks like sitting up too, because again, with me distributing the weight in her head, she sits up really nice too. So I'm going to show you that. Okay guys, so here she is. So like she sits up so nice, because again, before, like her head always wanted to kind of like fly backwards. And as you can see, like she does bunch a little bit here, so she's not totally stiff. She can sit up really nice. And I think like the weight bag, it gives her a nice stability for sitting up and that. So, and I feel like the shoulder caps are definitely short. I think they're just about the same length as, as her previous ones that Susan had shortened. So I don't feel like her arms, maybe her arms seem a little bit longer because the length of the body this way is a tiny bit shorter. But I don't feel like it's a huge difference. So I'm quite pleased, and I'm anxious to get her dressed and see how it looks with her clothes on, especially a onesie. I'm definitely going to do a newborn size onesie and see how it fits her. Okay guys, so here she is in her onesie, and it's a little bit baggy on her now, like lengthwise, but it definitely fits much better up top. Look at that. Because what used to happen with her other body, because her shoulders were so wide, is that the sleeves would creep up and show her cloth shoulders. And then when I would try to pull the shoulder down to cover the cloth, then it would pull up top and show her cloth body up in here and in the neck and everything. But now everything, like I can pull the sleeves down enough to cover the cloth and you can't see her cloth body. Like, you know, just a wee bit there, but I mean nothing like, and I can pull this, whoops, pulled it down too much, but I can pull that down to make a nice neckline, and it doesn't affect like the shoulders. You can't see the cloth. So see, everything's covered now. So I love it. I love her new body. I'm so happy. I love it. So Rhonda Scott, guys, I can attest, she makes amazing cloth bodies. She made Maisie's body, which got rid of those frog legs, and she made Yuki's body for me. So I definitely will deal with her again if I need any cloth bodies for any of my babies that I make, or if I decide to switch out any other doll bodies I have, which I don't think so. I think at this point, I think I'm pretty happy with all of the doll bodies that I have. But she makes amazing cloth bodies. And see Yuki's arm, I think, sitting up, like I can see her arms pretty much go to the same place that they were before. I don't feel like the shoulders are much longer. Like I said, maybe her arms like seem a titch longer than before, just because the body is like literally like maybe this much shorter, but it's really not that much shorter. So I love it. I'm happy with it. Yay, Yuki, you finally have a new body. Oh my gosh. I feel like now I'm just gonna rebond with her, because that body was like, I tell you guys, if your doll does not have the right body, it can affect the bond with your baby. I've always loved Yuki. She has such an adorable face. Her rooting is amazing. Her skin tone is amazing. But that body drove me bonkers, because so many outfits wouldn't fit her properly. And it just drove me crazy. So that's why I didn't do much with her. And so I'm so glad that I finally invested in a new body. Finally got it on, got over my little nervousness of changing out the body, and I am super duper happy with it. The only downside is her old body. I'm just going to quickly show you. Her old body was actually signed by Adri Stowett. And that was another thing that was making me nervous about getting rid, like changing out the body, because I just thought it was cool that the body was signed. Oh my God, there's Riley hair all over this body, even though Alex just vacuumed. Yeah, so, you know, she signed it and dated it, and this is body number 53 out of 100. And then of course, once Susan gave her her makeover, she also signed her. And so I kind of was like, oh, you know, because I always like having the Reborn artist signature on the doll. If I can, if they sign it. I mean, no, not all artists sign their work, but I like it there if they do. And then I thought it was cool that it was also signed by the sculptor, but you know what, like now that she has her new body on, there's no going back. I am so thrilled with it. So I don't know, maybe what I'll do is, I don't know, maybe I could cut out the signatures and put it in my doll scrapbook, the little binder I have of my doll collection. Maybe I can like tack it in there. I also had thought of like cutting them out and stitching them onto her new body at the back, but I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to mess with her new body now that it's on, and I really am happy with it. So maybe just cutting out the signatures so that I at least have the signatures and just gluing them into my binder. Maybe that would be a good idea. What do you guys think? Let me know. But anyways, so that is Yuki Baduki's new body, and I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, I can't get over how amazing she looks just sitting here. I can just tell the difference. Like it's not as wide. She just looks so much more proportioned in the torso. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have so much fun dressing her now. So I'm really excited about that. So definitely, I can tell, like, look, this is a newborn size Carter's onesie, and there's lots of room in it. So she's definitely a newborn size now, for sure, for sure. So I'm very happy with that. So she can use the newborn clothes I have, yay! Because before I was honestly, sometimes I was having to go up into a 3-month size just to accommodate the wideness in the shoulders, and so that the sleeves were covering the cloth shoulders. So then it was like, but it was really big on her because it was 3 months and she's supposed to be newborn. So I'm very happy. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Bye!